It's back. That feeling of dread and unimportance is back. It is what we, yes, we, me and you, and every other Poppy Playtime fan are feeling right now. The wait for a new chapter is here. We've fought this battle many times before, but I don't know if I can hold on this time. It's an excruciating year waiting for the next taste of content. It's the same experience every time. A teaser for the new chapter comes out, and it feels like Santa just left a gift under the tree and you're awaiting to open it. You're hype. You and your friends are hype. TikTok is hype. Everyone is gathered around the tree for the new Poppy Playtime chapter. But then it comes out. TikTok is raving about it for the next 3 weeks. But then the chapter's already out. Then what? What's next for us Poppy Playtime fans until next year? Nothing. If only there was something, anything, that can quench our thirst, satisfy our hunger, while waiting for the next chapter to come out, our problem will be solved. Us fans will have something to do while waiting for chapter 6, instead of just sitting here like ducks, waiting to be fed. But sadly, the world isn't that generous, and we're left with absolutely nothing. So let us sit and ponder for the next year. Maybe we can talk about how bad Miss Delight is. Oh, hold on. Getting a call. Hello?
Yo, are you fucking stupid? There is something like that. Yeah,
Really?
man. Project Playtime, yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yes. Can we talk?
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't call me again.
Oh.
Something like that exists. We have hope. There's something for us to feast on while waiting for chapter 6. Project Playtime, everyone. Right? Guys? No? No? Okay. Project Playtime was exactly what everybody wanted. Something to do while waiting for the next chapter. It was an online multiplayer game. It was kind of like Dead by Daylight, but for kids. There were 7 players in a match. 6 of those players were survivors. And one of those players were chosen to play as Monster. It was basic, but it worked. It was a little simulator for us fans to feast on while waiting for the next chapter. And it was great. It worked. The game was looking promising. It had a working item shop with like customizations for the monsters and the survivors. They had emotes. Everything was looking good. It had a bright future. And then a couple months before chapter 3 released, they kind of just said fuck it and stopped making updates on the game. They dropped to the 3rd phase, which was ass. And then they kind of just stopped catering to it, and they haven't got an update since. Now, if the reason for that is to focus on the main game, like the actual chapters, I'm A-okay with that. In fact, I would rather them put all of their attention into the main game than just a mini PvP. But the least you can do is leave the game in a playable state. Like, right now, you have to hack the game to actually play it correctly. And if you want to, for some reason, play the game how Mob left it, please, by all means, go ahead. But I'm just going to give you a fair warning. It's going to be a plate of hot shit. Like, how they left it is comparable to a pile of feces. It is really bad. If you wanted to buy something, you don't. You just don't. The server list was, like, malfunctioned and shitty. At best, you can get, like, 4 people in a match because that's how many people were playing due to how dog shit the game was. And not to mention, Mob Entertainment got bored and just decided to remove things that made the game fun. You know, just said screw it. I'll talk more about that later. After a couple of weeks of us fans settling for this slop, we kind of just forgot about it. And just like that, Project Playtime was just a vast memory in all of our heads. And it was back to sitting and twiddling our fucking thumbs waiting for chapter 3 or 4 or whatever. The game only had content relevant to chapters 1 and 2. Now, they stopped updating the game like a couple months before chapter 3, but it's been 3 chapters since then. We could have had so much content. We could have had new monsters, new outfits. We could have had new puzzles, new everything. They could have amped this game to 1,000 if they didn't just say fuck it. You know, I think about it and I clench my fists. Like, imagine Catnap as a monster. That would be like, he has a red smoke ability. That'd be so cool. On the bright side, they didn't completely forget about the game. I don't know when, but they made a tweet or whatever, and they acknowledged Project Playtime. You know, they acknowledged the game that they created and just left in the dust, and they gave us hope that one day they'd come back to give us some more. And let me tell you, they have so much to catch up on. Let's go over it. Before we talk into what they can add cosmetics-wise and new monsters, let's talk about the must-needs. Fix the fucking game. When the game first released, it was notorious for all of its goddamn bugs. Now, mind you, the game was delayed about like 10 days because they were supposed to be fixing all those bugs. You can imagine the shock on my face when my first match was butchered by bugs. Now, it's an indie mob entertainment online game. I'm not asking for it to be perfect, but just let's fix those. I should never have to see 2 Boxy Boos chasing me at one time. Please. Oh, yeah, and one really cool thing this game had is when you die, you don't just die for good. You get sent to this mini game. And it's very similar to the Whack-A-Wuggy thing. In fact, it is the Whack-A-Wuggy thing. It was cool. You get to, like, kind of have fun while you're waiting to get revived by your teammates. They got rid of it. Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. They just got rid of it. And not for an apparent reason. It wasn't, like, you know, negatively affecting the game. There was no, like, skill-based matchmaking. It was literally just looking around and smacking Huggies in the face. There was no reason to get rid of it. They just did. Yeah, maybe add that back. That'd be nice. I'm trying to get away from the fixing the glitches in the game, but I just have to speak for the money that I've lost, so no one else experiences what I have. Unless you already have, I'm sorry, but if you haven't, this is for you. Fix the currency system. Stop taking my money and not giving me jack shit for it. With that out the way, now we can talk about the in-game features that they can add. You know, new puzzles and new cosmetics and whatnot, because there's a lot. There are 3 chapters worth of shit that they can add to make this game 10 times better. Let's start with the monster side. Right now, we have 3 monsters. Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Longlegs, and Poppy Playtime's original character, Boxy Boo, who for some reason we still have not seen in the main game, but that's neither here or there. Let's just go over who they can add since Chapter 3. Let's do it. Catnap. Miss Delight. Maybe Dog Day. That's kind of a stretch. That's Chapter 3. Chapter 4. The Doctor. Doughy the Doughman. Yarnaby. Maybe Pianosaurus? I mean, we didn't really see a lot of them, but if they get bored, why not? Okay, Chapter 5. Lily Love Braids. Chum? I always forget his name. And the Prototype. I'm not gonna put his real design on the screen, but honestly, if you're watching this video, you probably have already seen this design. And if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? Seriously. All of these new characters can bring so much diversity to the gameplay. I really hope that Mob Entertainment goes back and decides to do all these characters. And I really hope they drop that fucking Poppy idea. Because what is she doing? Not only is she not big enough, she has no abilities. What is she doing to us? I mean, if they get bored, why not? But let's get the bare essentials down, like Catnap. For the survivors, I want to see new ways to avoid the monster. I think this might be just a skill issue. Sometimes I think that when a monster sees you, it's really hard to get out of the situation. Unless you're like a, top tier, like Weaver and Juker. I'm not that whatsoever. So I would like to see, okay, a flare gun. Imagine turning around and shooting a flare gun at Huggy and then, he's stunned for a couple of seconds. Obviously, you can't make it something too OP, but something like that? Or even, leave those purple hand things around and let the survivor use the hand thingy, or the Omni Hand, anything. They have done so many chapters since Project Playtime. They can really, really up this, and I really hope they do. One more thing to add about the monsters. You know what would be really cool? If, let's use Braun for example. We've seen him countless times. I don't know if we've seen the Braun the dinosaur. I mean, we saw a statue, we saw one in a VHS tape, we saw one getting eaten in Chapter 5. What if they can use Project Playtime as a way to reveal bigger bodies that we'll never see in the main game? So that's like, everyone's dying to see the other smiling critters. Why not make them skins for Catnap? I can understand it if, like, you can't make Kickin' Chicken special, but just make him a skin for Catnap just so we can know what he'd look like. Or, I don't know, have a little inference. That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, they did it with Daddy Longlegs, so why not, I think other game modes is ideal. I think there was rumors of a hide-and-seek game mode coming out. I'm not sure. Or like a tag or something. But either way, I think just any other type of game style would be amazing. Like, imagine a two monsters one, or like one where there's like 3 monsters and 20 survivors. Like they can get real creative with it. Really creative with it. Think of all the maps. Sweet Street, Playcare, the labs. I really, really hope that they come back and do that stuff, because they can bring this game from like a solid 7 to a 10 really quickly. It's really sad when you think of the possibilities that could have been before they left, because we're gonna have to wait so long before we do get these changes. But when we do, it is going to be revolutionary. I have a theory. If they don't bring this game back anytime soon, they're gonna wait till all the chapters are over, whenever that is, because Chapter 5 left off on another cliffhanger, and I'm just lost as to when the series is finally going to end. But, I'm enjoying it, whatever. When it does end, that's when they'll bring it back, because Mob Entertainment loves money. So we can definitely bet on this game coming back. It's just a matter of when. And when they do, hopefully they go big. Peace out. Project Playtime, Huggy Wuggy, Catnap, Mommy Dog. Shut the fuck up!